Okay, good morning. This is going to be a final wrap video on the tailstock. I'm gonna be turning the camera on and off for a few times during this video. I'm going to attempt to make a handle for the new hand wheel. I just made a makeshift handle right now for it, but I'm going to attempt to try to make a correct handle. I looked in the machinery handbook, and there's a bunch of handle dimensions in here for different size handles, and this seems to be exactly what I need. Can't seem to buy one small enough, so I needed to make one. This is probably a fairly old machinery handbook I've had for a long time, but so I'm sure you can find it on a different page in the newer handbook. I think this handbook maybe dates back to I don't know, 11th edition, probably back in the 1940s. So it's been around for a while. This is going to be a seat of my pants video. I don't know if I can accomplish this, and if I can't, I probably won't post the video. But I attempted to make some drawings this morning to solidify the sizes and stuff. So I did a little work in CAD, in AutoCAD this morning, and so I printed that out, and just to come up with some dimensions. And also on the top pictorial up here, I'm trying to figure out how I can form the radiuses on this handle, so it looks like a professional factory-built handle. So anyway, that's what I'm going to attempt to do, and I came out here thinking I would use the mini lathe, but I think maybe I'll attempt to use the Taig lathe. It might have a little problem forming those radiuses, but we'll see. We're going to give that a whirl, and so here we go. So I'll probably shut the camera off and on a few times. So I'm going to get set up with a piece of steel in here. I'm going to start off with a piece of 1/2 inch 10/18 steel, just a piece of 1/2 inch dowel, and that's what I'm going to try to cut it out of. So here we go. Okay, I've chucked up a piece of 1/2 inch round stock 10/18 steel. I got my micrometer set here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up the ends of this. I think I'm just going to, they're pretty good now from the bandsaw, so I'm just going to take about 5/1000ths off. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe we'll go about 5/1000, probably do it. Material's sticking out a little ways here, but I think, you know, what I'm going to need to do eventually is to you know, there we go. Doesn't look like that we're right on center there, but that's all right for right now. Pop that out of there. Tommy bar. There we go. See where we're at here. I think we're good. Okay. Maybe let's change the tool post here. Clean the end off a little bit, chamfer the end a little bit. my favorite chuck, but we're going to use it. Thought it might be interesting to do this on the Taig using the new tool stock, I mean the new tailstock. So there we go. Okay. I think the first thing we need to do here is probably need to get some more. I don't use this Taig lathe very often, so probably need to get some more tool posts out here someplace. I've got them stored away. Okay, so we're gonna start off by turning this end down for the eventual thread that'll go in here. Also, we're gonna put a center. We're gonna center drill each end of this thing to start with. I'm just starting off with a piece of 3-inch. It's probably way too big, but because this thing's only going to be, you know, less than 1.5 inches long, so it's not going to be very big. So these are pretty mundane tasks, so we'll shut the camera off here and I'll bring you back in a few seconds. Okay, I got it set up in there with the new tailstock and the new revolving center, and I got to take a portion of this thing down to 0.282, I guess. So I've got the micrometer set for a stop, and I'm going to take, let's see, I think what I'll do is I'll take 40 thousandths off the diameter, and we're just using a simple little brazed on carbide tool bit. So I'm going to take it down to 282. Hopefully I'm not in the way of the camera. Okay, I got to move the camera for the next few cuts, so I'll bring you back when we're down there to 282, and I gotta cut the 3/8 inch section at the end to put a 1032 thread onto. This will be the beginning, so I'll shut the camera off for a few seconds. Okay, I've changed tool bits. Now I've got to take this down to I guess about 185.185 for a 1032 thread. So I had to put a drill bit on there that, I mean a tool bit on there that I could get next to the center with. So I took 20 thousandths off, so we're down to 260, so we got a ways to go. I'm just going to take a small cut. I also reset the micrometer, so we're taking 3/8 length of cut. So we got to be getting close, right? So we're taking 40 thousandths. We got a ways to go. 60 thousandths. I think the major diameter on a 1032 is 0.190. So we want to go below that. We're just going to use a hand tap or a hand die. Let's see where we're at now. We're at 197. Take another. We want to go down to. We're going to take almost another 10 thousandths off. So take another 5. Check out the cut here. Okay, typical Taig difficulties. So I needed to put a thread on this. I knew holding it in the 3-jaw chuck was going to be a problem, because it always is. So I made the depth of thread as little as possible, so there would be less stress on the jaws holding the work. That did not work. So same old, same old. So the thing is I had to switch up to the 4-jaw. But in the interim, I switched to the 4-jaw Taig scroll chuck, thinking that's going to have more holding power. Well, no cigar. So I think that exercise of setting up that 4-jaw was just a waste of time. So anyway, of course, the 4-jaw independent does the job. So I put the 4-jaw independent on there and cut the threads. So we're good. Also, I was having some difficulty with the little tool bit that I was using to, cut the main piece down. It turned out I had a really fine little point on it, and it had become damaged or whatever. It was you almost couldn't see it, but I had to take it off and hit it with a diamond wheel a little bit before I could finish the cut. So that's where I got hung up on the last video. Anyway, so I got the threads cut on there. Now I'm going to make a little relief at the back of the threads, and then we'll move forward with this with some other lathe work before we turn this around in the chuck. So call off now for a second. Okay, we're going to cut the first radius. I got the form tool on there, and if you watch my past videos, you'll see this form tool. What I had to do to build it, it's a spring form tool, and I put a tool bit in there that's pretty close to the right radius, if not right on. So I'm going to attempt to cut that inside radius there with a form tool. Thinking maybe my tool height is not good, or I need to put some more relief on the tool. Alright, the tool bit height was off, so I actually had to put a different tool bit in there, regrind it. So I'm going to try to cut this radius now. It's cutting. It's a shallow cut. Well, looks like it's about what I want. We got a dimension on that. Yeah, 2151 is what I calculated that should be. And I don't so you need to go in a little deeper. We're about 26. We need to go in a little deeper. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that or not. Maybe too much of a cut for this little machine. Now, had quite a ways to go, so we haven't made much progress. We got to go quite a bit deeper. See where we're at now. quite a bit deeper. Sorry I can't zoom in on that anymore. The camera won't do it, it just gets blurry. Get the tailstock up here. That should be more rigid. It's starting to look a little better. But not a cigar, that's for sure. I think I'm going to move over a little bit. This tool bit isn't quite wide enough. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here a little bit, so. I'm going to move the tool bit over with the micrometer. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but when I let off the knob, it keeps cutting because there's a spring action in the tool holder. Okay, let's see where we're at now. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we're going to try to get it close. 2195 now, and I've got 2151, so we're pretty close. Maybe what I'll do, since I've got the two ends determined, just get rid of the micrometer here, or at least loosen it up. See if we can work this back and forth in the slot. Actually, I need to take the belt off that drives the carriage. See where we're at. I think we may be getting pretty darn close to where we need to be. No? 2180. $21.80. 2180, 2150. We're talking 3/1000ths of an inch. We need to go in further before we start the next radius. I may have to do this, maybe I can't complete this task on this Taig lathe. I was hoping to do that, but not sure if I'll be able to do that. Okay, I'm going to shut the camera off, and we're going to grind another tool bit for the next radius. Okay, I've moved this out in the chuckaways. And we're going to take this down to 4428. So that's not far. It's a 1/2 inch dowel, so I think we can probably do this fairly quickly. Take about a 40/1000ths cut. Take about 40/1000ths off. That should take us down to about 45. 46. Remember if I put a center in the other end or not. I hope I did, because eventually this has got to go between centers. But before I get too far, better make sure I put a center in the other end. So we're at 452 right now, and we got to go to about 443. So we only got about 9/1000ths to come off. Let's take a 4/1000ths cut. making any kind of a finished cut here, this all gets taken down a lot further in the end. This tool bit's got a pretty sharp point on it, so it doesn't leave a beautiful finish. Go. We should be getting pretty close. So we're at 446. What I say we gotta go? 443. Another, I don't know, 1.5 thousandths. I think I'll leave it there. And we'll be good with that for right now. Let's see if I got. There's a little better finish. Just put this another different tool bit on there. I don't know if this thing is set height wise or not. Let's see. Stop isn't going to be right. That's alright. Yeah, it's close enough, I guess. Okay, so there we go. We should be pretty close. And the finish is improved a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. We didn't take off what I say. We're at 443 now. We need to be at 443, so that's where we're at. Good enough. Alright, let me shut the camera and we'll get set up for. Okay, I had to take the workpiece out of the chuck. Actually, I just stuck it on the other lathe because I needed to center drill the other end, which I had forgotten to do. So what I did now is I just spun it. I'm spinning it in the chuck. I just put a little dicum on the piece. So I'm going to try to mark out some of the high points and low points, kind of like you would do on a wood lathe. And then I'm going to try to I'm going to try to grind some different forms for this end, for the right end, and then we'll put it between centers in the lathe or do whatever we need to do to get the other end taken care of. So that's where we're at now. So this has just been a morning project here for a couple hours, but this will probably, I don't know if I'll finish this up today or not, but hopefully this video is going to be not too long. I'll try to keep it under 40 or 30 or 40 minutes. So I'll bring you back. Okay, I fiddled and whittled, and so I can't get it any better. I made some different tools to try to get it to shape, So now what I've decided to do, I've got a radius tool. This whole area here is a 1-inch radius, and this area down in here is a 7/16 inch radius. So I've got the 1-inch radius tool on there now. It's not exactly right, but I'm thinking that I'm just going to cut it off with that tool. That tool will probably cut it off. So what I'm going to do is take it down and I'll just finish it on the sander, the belt sander. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know how, I'm probably not going to take it all the way, but I'm probably going to get close here. Not beautiful. Maybe what I need to do is shape it a little bit more at that end. This takes a long time, so I'm going to come back in a minute. Okay, I'm going to be satisfied with the way it is. I'm going to go over on the other lathe and cut it off, and then just clean up the end where I cut it with the belt sander. So I got a shape pretty good. Looks like a handle. Not perfect. These things are not easy to make, I found out. But anyway, I'm gonna stop it now, and then I'll bring you back when I get it connected to the lathe tailstock. So there we go. I think that's a little bit more appropriate tailstock now. Not perfect, but much better than, and I think it'll be better than I bought one. Hasn't arrived yet. There was some mishap in the shipping, but after on second thought, it seemed like it might have been a little bit too big. Well, this is actually a perfect size. It's going to be quite nice. Let's see. Let's get a feel for it. Let's see here. I'll loosen up the tailstock here. Oh yeah, that feels really good. See what that looks like in the camera. Oh yeah, that works just fine. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Okay, I got a handle. Well, that didn't cost me anything, and the little wheel from China was I looked, it was like $4, so that was not bad, and it was actually a pretty nice casting. I had to do a little work on it, but it's chrome plated, so not a heck of a lot you can do. But I did some work on the back side where the Allen grub screw is that holds it to the lead screw. So anyway, I think we're good. I'm going to call off now, and hopefully you got something out of this video. I know it's a lot of bits and pieces, but so thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye bye.